Hey you guys, it's Aaliyah back again with the influence of Christ. I'm gonna try to make this simple and sweet and a short little video. I want you guys to pay attention to people when they say they spiritual, because half of the time the people that claim they spiritual, when they give you the definition of what their so-called spirituality is or their journey to enlightenment, notice all those things that they mention normally align with witchcraft. If you look in the Old Testament, the New Testament, a lot of people, when they practice spirituality, they so-called think they're on a different plane, or they're thinking they're gaining intelligence by tapping into the spirit, meaning either they're going to palm readers, they're using Ouija boards, they don't know they're part of the occult, or they're going to occultic things. They practice sage, think they're getting rid of demonic spirits, or they say, I just feel the energy of people, the energy they have. I'm off with that. Notice it has nothing to do with God, it has nothing to do with Jesus. They believe it is, and so they disregard anything of the Bible. They leave the Bible alone. They don't go to church, or if they do go to church, they'll only go for religious reasons. They don't have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ, or they don't believe in Jesus for salvation. When people say they're spiritual, they normally think they are getting above Jesus, or they are tapping into some new age thing where they're opening up their minds to receive. Basically, they're so-called thinking they're getting enlightenment, which really, if you look at the definitions, God does not lie. God does not steer you the wrong way. All the stuff they practice is witchcraft. Listen to people when they say, Christians, I'm trying to tell you, stop saying that I just practice spirituality. You're not practicing spirituality. First of all, baby, God is a spirit. He's always a spirit. He will always be a spirit. In order to tap into God the way He says you're supposed to tap into Him is through prayer, fasting, reading your word. First of all, being saved through Jesus Christ, being really saved through Jesus Christ, not just saying you're saved, practicing. You cannot practice certain sins and thinking you sit here and gonna be still with God. If He says what He says in His word, and you believe it, and you see the things out here happening, and you have read that word all the way through, and not just one time, but have continuously read the word of God, then you can see what's happening out here today in this world as we live. The wars that we are in, the increase of sexual sin, the increase of people going into different religions that claim that they're a light to God, that claim they're the only way to God, and yet Jesus told you these same things will happen when He left. He told you what was going to take place when He left. Before He returned, there are going to be rumors of wars, there are going to be antichrist, there are going to be one world religions, there are going to be the increase of AI, the increase of all these things that Jesus Christ said. Yet people think that they can escape to a different plane, some called different form of godliness, and they think they're highly intelligent more than somebody who reads the word of God. Oh, we're out of date. Baby, how we out of date when you still living in the book of Revelation? How you out of date when the Bible sit here and talks about the things that are going on now? It's no such thing as the Bible being out of date. You just stupid enough and can't read it. You just stupid enough and can't see the truth, because you don't want to see the truth. You don't want to confront your sin. You don't want to sit here and say, oh my God, I'm just gonna live in my truth, and my truth is your truth and my truth. Baby, it ain't your truth and my truth. This word said you're a sinner, you're a sinner. If you want to sit here and practice homosexuality, you want to practice fornication, you want to practice smoking weed, you want to practice doing all this ungodliness in this world that God say is sin, and that's the reason why He's coming back with fire, but yet you think the Bible is out of date, you're not running away from God, because everybody has to die. Understand something, everybody will die once. Whether you go to heaven or whether you go to hell, we all have to see death. It's no escaping it. So notice one thing, when people say, going back to what I was talking about, that people so-called say they spiritual, notice everything that they say and get a clear definition of what they say their spirituality is normally what they're practicing witchcraft. So knowing who you're talking to, just because they talk about God and they can mention Jesus, you better know for a fact that they are saved, and not just people who are mixing religions, even people who are mixing Christianity with occultic things, like wearing people who wear the stones, and yet stones originated from God, and God created all things, knowing why they're wearing it. Yes, God created stones. God created all this beauty. But know why people are wearing these stones, the so-called say, when you go back to 2019 and people standing outside trying to buy stones because they think it's going to give them protection. Maybe stones don't protect you. Burning sage is not going to protect you. All that comes from God. You're talking about creatures who are way before your existence on this planet. And you think you can have something that's physical to protect you from them and not the living God? Tap in for more. This is Celia from Influencers for Christ. Have a